A bit of disappointment, folks. Imagine this headline. President Donald Trump will speak at the Digital Asset Summit in New York, marking the first time an incumbent president participates in a conference on the cryptocurrency sector. The circulating rumors claim that Trump will set a 0% capital gains tax on Bitcoin in America to attract investments in the field. Yet what actually happens at the conference is that he appears in a pre-recorded 45-second video. Perhaps Domino's will make a mere un-DP bit super. Well, yes. During the Digital Asset Summit in New York, the president reiterated his support for the crypto sector, declaring that cryptocurrencies will strengthen the dominance of the dollar and usher in a new era of economic growth. Essentially, he repeated what he had already said: Trump supports crypto and Bitcoin. He defined the crypto sector as a key element for financial innovation. He stated that it will improve the banking and payment systems, ensuring more privacy, security, and wealth, and will also put an end to the regulatory war on cryptocurrencies. He claimed to have blocked the sale of bitcoins seized by the state, and said he had ended Operation Checkpoint, a policy that was hindering crypto companies. He promised to eliminate the regulatory hostility of the Biden administration toward crypto, meaning no new announcements of laws or regulations. Many expected him to address crypto taxation and debanking issues, but there was no news on those topics. He also reminded everyone that he had already signed 2 executive orders on crypto and created a Bitcoin reserve using seized assets. The goal, he said, is to dominate the crypto sector. He asserted that the United States will be a leader in both crypto and new financial technologies, emphasizing that although it will be a challenge, the US is already ahead. But why is all this important? It's the first time a president has participated in an official crypto event, demonstrating that crypto is no longer just a niche sector for nerds, but is becoming part of national economic and financial policy. Trump's support could therefore lead to a more favorable regulatory environment for the sector in the United States. Remember, earlier this month, Trump also hosted the White House Crypto Summit, which unfortunately greatly disappointed investors, but it marked a turning point in U.S. policy toward cryptocurrencies, heralding a new era of collaboration and development in digital assets. Expectations were high, yet the incredible figures gathered around Trump didn't even get a word. Notable participants included Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, the CEO of Kraken, Michael Saylor, CEO of MicroStrategy, the CEO of Robinhood, the Winkle twins, co-founders of Gemini, and even the CEO of Ripple or the co-founder of Chainlink. Around that same time, on March 6th, President Trump signed an executive order to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve and a reserve of U.S. digital assets using tokens already held by the government. This led to a lack of confidence regarding purchases. The meeting highlighted the importance of close collaboration between crypto sector leaders and government officials to ensure sustainable growth and the adoption of blockchain technologies. At the same time, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, organized a forum with crypto CEOs to discuss launching a pilot program for digital asset markets. Among the participants were Paolo Arduano, Garlinghouse of Ripple, representatives from MoonPay, Cricey, Crypto.com, and Greg from Coinbase. These events reflect a growing commitment by U.S. authorities to better integrate and regulate these assets within the national economy. What they're doing is completely changing the economy as we have known it so far. It takes time and it's not easy at all. We are talking about technology connected to money like we've never seen before. Blockchain is an incredible field that has been studied for a long time, but putting it into practice is not as simple as it seems, especially when trying to replace or evolve the traditional system for people who may have never even heard of Bitcoin or know what a wallet is. Seeing everything happening behind the scenes, I believe cryptocurrencies are a sector ready to explode. With all this growing institutional adoption and high-level meetings among industry leaders, prices still remain low. There's something that people aren't noticing, or perhaps we're all just waiting for something more concrete. Expectations indeed are not yet met, even though in my opinion we are making giant leaps. So, as of today, which cryptocurrencies seem to have the most potential? Especially considering the leaders involved in these discussions, since sitting next to Trump and talking about these issues is no small feat. The growing institutional adoption and direct involvement of political and financial leaders suggests that the crypto sector is entering a new phase of maturity. prices aren't reflecting this adoption yet for several reasons. Either the market isn't seeing something or it's waiting. We have high expectations and setbacks. Big announcements, like Trump's Bitcoin reserve, are excellent signals, but many investors want to see concrete actions, such as actual Bitcoin purchases by the government or banks, genuinely implementing stablecoins and digital assets. But understand, it cannot happen overnight. It will take a long time. Besides, liquidity and macroeconomic conditions still influence the crypto market, which remains affected by the Fed's monetary policy and global liquidity. If institutions haven't yet entered with large capital, retail investors might not be strong enough to drive prices up on their own. I suggest watching this very interesting video on M2 liquidity. It might be quite useful right now.
Tired of complicating your life with traditional payments? With Bitrefill, your cryptocurrency becomes the key to simplifying every purchase. Use Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to pay anywhere, quickly and securely, from your daily shopping to gifts for the people you love. Bitrefill is your pass to a world without borders. Instant payments, zero stress. Safe, fast, everywhere. What are you waiting for? Join millions of users who have already revolutionized the way they pay.
Let's also consider regulations and uncertainties. Despite some positive signals, doubts about regulation remain, especially in the United States. The market might be waiting for more clarity on stablecoins, taxes, and legal frameworks before unleashing a real breakthrough. Which cryptocurrencies, then, seem to have the most potential today, especially considering who is involved in these matters? Bitcoin remains at the center of the narrative. The US government has established a Bitcoin reserve, and Trump said, "Never sell Bitcoin." Of course, we know that what Trump says can mean everything or nothing. Institutional adoption is growing with ETFs, bank reserves, and corporate strategies like MicroStrategy. There are also coins trading at very low levels. Although less discussed than Bitcoin, OneCoin remains the foundation of DeFi, smart contracts, and is known as the Internet of Blockchain. In fact, stablecoins and organized assets are largely based on Ethereum. Institutional adoption for regulatory and financial transactions could make it crucial in the coming years. And we discussed this in a very interesting video. Check it out. Remember, Ethereum is the only altcoin with an ETF. I cover everything you need to know about Ethereum in that video, including the challenges it faces. Let's move on to Chainlink. Sergey Nazarov was involved in high-level meetings. Chainlink is the primary infrastructure for oracles in the crypto sector. But there's much more. If financial institutions start using tokenized assets on the blockchain, Chainlink will probably become one of the system's cornerstones. If you're interested in an in-depth video on Chainlink, let me know in the comments below because I think it's truly a gem. Now, on to Ripple, XRP. Garlinghouse was actively involved in CFTC summits and meetings. Ripple is focused on cross-border payments and CBDCs, the digital currencies of central banks. If the US government decides to accelerate blockchain-based payments, XRP could benefit tremendously. And we've already seen this reflected in its price recently. We also have Tether, USDT, and Circle's USDC. Paulo Arduino and Tarbert from Circle were present at key meetings. These stablecoins are becoming increasingly central in the global financial system, as they represent the next step in money, and with more regulation, they could see even greater institutional adoption. There's also Solana. Even though it wasn't directly involved in the meetings, its speed and scalability attract institutional interest. There's a reason for that. Perhaps if Trump chose it to launch his incredible meme coin, it could become key infrastructure for decentralized apps and stablecoins, thanks to its low transaction fees. We also have Binance. Richard Seo from Binance was involved in the summits. Binance remains the largest exchange in the world, and if it overcomes regulatory challenges, it could strengthen even further. Initially, Binance was viewed negatively by America, but now it seems they've brought it to their side. Did you know that recently Binance received a $2 billion investment from Abu Dhabi? Not too shabby. Today, we're witnessing a historic transformation for cryptocurrencies, but the market is still in a waiting phase. Institutions are entering, yet they haven't made definitive moves. At the moment, signals indicate that those who are accumulating might be best positioned for the next wave of adoption when it finally explodes. If the market continues to consolidate while institutions prepare to enter, it could set up the perfect scenario for an explosive bull run, either this year or next. But what do you think? Are you accumulating right now, or are you staying cautious? Let me know in the comments below. In my opinion, you shouldn't sleep on what's happening. There are major developments in the crypto sector. Remember, Bitcoin was once dubbed the currency of criminals, drug dealers, hackers, and the like. Look at what it has become today. Blockchain technology is truly the future, and those using it have recognized its potential for some time now. Moving your money quickly, anywhere without limits, interruptions, or endless fees is a game changer. Of course, we should be cautious with CBDCs, even if deep down we know they might be inevitable one way or another, and perhaps we'll eventually accept them. In the meantime, Bitcoin at 8,000 could still be an excellent buy, and even more so are the altcoins at historic lows, though many don't realize it. I'm Rugo from Blockchain Dudes team. If you want to learn more about crypto and investments, join me in our Discord server. There's a chat where you can connect with others who are passionate about markets and eager to grow and learn more. Give it a like and watch these very interesting videos. They can definitely help you understand what's going on. As always, see you next time. Bye.
If you haven't already done so, visit our website. You will find the link in the description.